And we're live. Apparently, Reagan with Will here. Welcome to Light Language Meditation with Aquarian Fire. And today, the Spirit has been talking all the time, the past couple of days, about creating with no intention. And what does that mean? It's a lot of words, but it has to do with living in the now and creating in the now. Before we get going, why don't I welcome all you out there in YouTube land? I invite and allow the Holy Fire to flow in, through, and around us all in every way and everywhere and everywhere. Yahara sa atira sa kanana ariatu ko urshika uhurnala atakarishika shikiata arishika. And I set aside my personality and my personal energy and my ego. And I turn this process entirely over to the Holy Fire. Hello, Wendy. No otakarishika ariat anatakarishika. Like bright. I love you guys. Can you hear me fine? I'm assuming so. I'm just going to keep talking. So how do we manifest with no intention? The simple way is we're manifesting, we're creating by our vibration alone. And by holding that high vibration, then all the things that we truly desire are coming to us with it. We don't have to think, we don't have to try. And we know when we're in the highest joy. We know when we're in alignment. We know if we're feeling the joy, we know we are either in alignment or so close to alignment. But if you're feeling the joy, why care? So today, we will meditate. We'll ask the Holy Fire to give us some input on this topic. And the image that Spirit gave me to talk about this is engaging in the wonderment of the wandering fool. There we go. Just being in your bliss, skipping along on pathways in the forest. What are you going to find? And it doesn't matter what you're creating at that point, because we're holding a high vibration. We're in the bliss, we're in the gratitude. So what we're attracting is exactly what we're sending out to the universe. Because according to the law of frequency and resonation, is what we give out to the universe, is what we get back. And when we focus on the giving out, instead of what am I giving back and how do I like to use the analogy of a garden hose. And if we have a bucket 50 to 100 feet away, and we're trying to hold the hose and not even at the end, we're trying to hold the hose and hit that bucket over there in some future now. It is so hard to aim the hose to get that stream of water to actually hit in that bucket, because we're concentrating on a target. We're concentrating on what we are receiving instead of what we're giving. So if we hold the bucket in our hand and we just take this hose and either shoot up right on top of ourselves, or we just put it in the bucket, we concentrate on the now. And then we can skip along. And then anytime we need some water, we take it out of the bucket. Matter of fact, water is life. Stay hydrated, my friends. And Brian, my friend, we will see you soon. So how many times do we try to create something and we're focused too far ahead and too much on the details and not in the journey? How can we disassociate the destination from our journey? So that we can enjoy the journey. Because so let's take training for a marathon. If we're sitting there drudging through every workout every day and we're training 12, 18, maybe 24 weeks for our marathon, and then we have a bad day on the marathon, we're going to be so upset. And if we don't like running every day that we're working out up to that day of performance, it's who wants to live that way? So if we concentrate on the now, hey, I've got to go running according to my schedule. Why don't I put on some good tunes, or let me pick a really interesting route, or let me just run. It's the same thing with anything else that we're creating, whether it's a meal, whether it's a new hobby, whether it's new friendships. It all follows the same rule. No intentions. Hopefully the intentions when you're creating a meal is a little nourishment, but that's all we need. And if we stay in the now, because this now doesn't have anything to do with last week, doesn't have anything to do with yesterday or 10 minutes ago. It might have to do a little bit. Do I have all the ingredients for my meal? But that's about as minimal baggage that we want to bring into this now. And when we meditate, we don't want to bring anything into this now. We want to experience this now fully with the holy fire. Now, for those who are not as familiar, the what is the Aquarian Fire? The Aquarian Fire is effectively utilizing the holy fire in this age of Aquarius. It's an excellent way to empower ourselves in this new age of Aquarius. Vibrations are rising, and energies are evolving quickly. So why not? We invite you to elevate the level of understanding in this age of unity, equality, and love. To provide assistance to all. And the holy fire is that burning in your heart. It is our connection to our highest level of excitement. It's our connection to all that is. It flows in, through, and around all of creation. It binds all that is. It is powerful. It's natural. It's gentle. It comes from the highest form of consciousness, and it has no ego. It always respects free will. And it is unlimited. It is only limited by our free will and our belief systems. And it's great at breaking down those belief systems. And when we meditate, There's nothing we need to do. And there's nothing that we need to remember. We just sit there and relax and allow the Holy Fire to flow through us. And when we meditate, there's sometimes our mind chimes in, our monkey mind. And if ideas like what's on my laundry list, no, or do I need to pick up from the store, or what do I need to do around the house? Those are the types of things we want to allow. And we just simply observe those and allow them to go away on their own. And if we just simply return to the visualization, that will go off on its own in its own due time, and we can return to our visualization. But if we start to see things and visualize things and experience things that are not like those third dimensional egoic things, allow that. Allow those visions to run and allow them to show us whatever is necessary in this now. Because that's what the Holy Fire will do. Give you what is necessary in this now. And by us just observing those principles, and turning this over to the Holy Fire, we are lowering our guard and we are allowing and the Holy Fire shall provide. Welcome to the newcomers. They're not done with the light language, so we talk in light language for a little bit. And this is talking directly to your soul to help get us all in a receptive state. And to help let go of those ideas, those ideas that are holding us back. And happy full moon. This is a very interesting full moon. The energies has been very interesting for me and what I've been experiencing. But this meditation is about you. So I invite you to sit. And as you relax, it does not matter if you sit or if you lie down, as long as you are comfortable. We invite you to relax so that your heart may sing. Shishaka ona nawa takanaya. Shishasha iki akas kanana u tataras. Yaya hotanana u karwar shishisha shishakani urasakana arashishi yawa. Now we invite you to close your eyes and slowly focus on the breath. As we turn our awareness inwards, I invite you to breathe in, relaxing. And exhale, releasing. Breathing in, relaxing. And exhale, releasing. Breathing and relaxing. And exhale, releasing. And allow your breath continue at a natural pace, at your natural pace, as we turn our awareness in towards our heart center. For our heart centers are the home of our holy fire. And our holy fire is the source of our bright light. And every breath we take fans the flames of our holy fire. And every breath you take brightens our light even brighter and brighter. Breathing and relaxing. And exhale, releasing. And we invite you to start the divine flow. Starting in our heart centers, let us take our holy fire. Let us move it up through our chakras. Past our throat chakra. Past our third eye. And out through our crown chakra. Continuing out further past our personal energy. Into the realm of the physical. Continuing further. And send it out to the realm of the non-physical. This is a natural thing to do. And then send it into the realm of the non-egoic energy. Into heaven where there is only unconditional love. Let us bring back more non-egoic holy fire. Down into the realm of physical. And into our personal energy. And into our crown chakras. And down past our third eye. And then past our throat chakra. And then bring it back into our heart centers. Rejuvenating our holy fire. Intermixing both energies. And let us round this energy effectively. Let us bring it down through our chakras. Past our solar plexus, and down past our sacral chakra, and out through our root chakra, and out through and down into Mother Earth, and imagine growing roots down into Mother Earth, growing those roots deep, deep, deep down into Gaia. And let us wrap those roots around the heart of Gaia, giving her a great big hug. And bringing her grounding love, her grounding unconditional love back up through the root systems. Back up through our root chakra, past our sacral chakra, past our solar plexus, and returning back to our heart. grounding our heart in this reality. For our reality is what we create. Intermixing that energy. Let us continue this divine flow up through our chakras, out through our crown, out of our personal energy, into the realm of the non-physical, into the realm of the non-egoic, bringing back more non-egoic holy fire, down into the realm of the physical, into our personal energy, in through our crown chakra, down into our heart center, continuing that down through the chakras, out through our root chakra, down through the roots, around the heart of Gaia, bringing back her love through our root chakra, into our heart center, continuing out through the crown, grabbing more non-egoic holy fire, into the crown, into the heart, out through the root, around the heart of Gaia, back in through the root, and into the heart center, continuing this divine flow, forever and ever. Breathing in, relaxing. And exhale, releasing. Breathing in, relaxing. And then the exhale, pushing out this combined energy from our heart centers out into every aspect of our personal energy. Continue pushing that out into every aspect of our awareness. And we invite you to imagine yourself in a deep, lush forest. And this forest is very vivid. And as you turn around, you see it is teeming with life and flora and fauna. It smells so rich. And all the colors are so vivid. And the temperature is perfect for you. And as you turn around, you see a path that is exiting the forest. And as you continue along this path, the forest ends, and you continue, you see a meadow and a line up ahead. And as you continue along this path, you see a brook meandering along as you walk. And somewhere along the way, you feel compelled to stop by the side of the brook. And as you're mesmerized by the light, the sunlight flickering off the ripples in the water, there is one ripple that has a glimmer of light. It's not like the others. No. It is no ordinary light as it comes from the home of unconditional love and the holy fire. Allow this light to enter your soul. And allow this light to take you on a journey. When you are ready. Slowly come back to the here and now. And as we ease back into the here and now, let us deepen our breath. For our breath is life. And with each new breath, filling up our lungs, let's take a moment to feel how that feels. As we empty our lungs, how does that feel? As we fill it up, and as we empty our lungs, and slowly start to wiggle your fingers and toes, and welcome the feeling of this 3D reality back into this now. And then when you are ready, slowly open your eyes. Welcome in the new now. Thank you all for meditating. And as you come back, I invite you to write down your experience. If you didn't bring pencil and paper, or I like to take my notes on the computer. I like writing emails to myself. Take some time if you don't have pencil and paper yet. I'm going to speak a little light language. Yeah, language. as as I type. So mine was pretty interesting. I'm going to take a little time to actually write it down. I sure had this open before. So meditation on 10/25 2018. The influence of the full moon. Nadia Chukura Supurno Urishikawaria Sikaria Sikara Shikara Tikara Supura Hata Kanana Shiata Sukuna Nawata Karashiki Tukura Havatari Atana Atara Shishiki Na Atakona Narishika. My ego was active early on. So it took a moment or two for my visualization to start as I sat by the brook. I had to take like 5 attempts at allowing that light to enter my soul. As each time it penetrated my soul, it turned to all white. The first couple of times, I started thinking about controlling the vision. And then I'm going, that's not how it's supposed to happen. So I sat myself back down by the creek and watched the ripples and waited for that one special beam, that glimmering light, to manifest itself. And then allowing it to shine on me, and then allowing it to enter into my soul. It finally took me away, and I sat in the bright light for a while. What was interesting, and I'm not too sure if this was my ego that showed up, but porterhouse or a T-bone steak showed up. And I'm sitting there, oh, this is really interesting. And then the T-bone came out of the steak, and then it assimilated into my heart center. And although my ego thought that was odd, it wanted to be there. So I allowed it. And then I'm really curious about the symbolism of that, but I'll keep going with the story. With the T-bone in my heart, I started levitating up more and more. Rising up to the edge of the biosphere, that edge of the atmosphere where it ceases to be Gaia and starts to be outer space. Whereas this thin layer, where the sigils are, and when I got there, my head popped through the shield, but my heart could not pass. And that was very curious. And then I said, well, maybe if I lower and I try again. So I lowered and I tried again, and I kept bouncing with my heart staying at the edge of the shield. So then I came down and I asked the Holy Fire to dissolve the T-bone steak, the T-bone, the bone of the steak there that's embedded in my heart. And maybe I would pass through. And then I rose up again, and again my heart center wouldn't allow it to pass. And then I relaxed my ego. And I allowed the experience to continue. And what happened next is that I started to float on my back, started to go supine, and I was laying on top of the shield, floating on the shield, with my heart engaged with the shield. And as I sat there, I thought it was really great that there were many, many more symbols and sigils that are on the shield. And that means that many, many more have woken up and have ascended, that have made their mark of love on the shield. And as I'm sitting there floating, and after that observance, I started just to float above that shield. I was released by the shield, and and I started to float above. And I saw many, many others who have ascended and did the same thing. And they were up and they were floating. I have no idea if they had a T-bone steak or not, but they were up floating and looking back on Mother Earth, on Gaia and the Gaia sphere, and looking down upon the shield that is there with love and reverence and respect, shining their light and their love down. And as I started floating off away, others did their own thing as this became more and more an isolated experience. And then what was interesting is it was all black. It's not like the rest of the stars were around. I did not worry. Where the experience would come to me that was necessary for me. And I sat there for a moment, and moments, and moments. And then stars started to form around. They came into focus. And I started to see purple, this purple nebula off near the Cygnus constellation. So I'm not sure what purple has to do with it, because purple came up several times in this meditation. But this very big cloud, purple cloud nebula, as I started getting closer and closer to it, and then I found myself in it. And then this very large. Have some water, my friends. Water is life. And as I was in this purple cloud nebula, I saw this purple translucent octopus. And it was an octopus because of the big head. And the tentacles came towards me and placed on me, giving me blessings. Purple octopus nebula blessings from the Cygnus, whatever that means. I just received the blessings. Clearly, that was my ego trying to process that vision. So if you have any interpretations on that, that would be really interesting. I want to know how to see it. And as I sat there receiving the blessings, and when the blessings were over, the octopus went away. And then came a familiar translucent blue, light blue, silvery blue. She's a septipod, is how she likes to be called. Her species. 7 tentacles instead of 8 for the octopus. But you can pretty much see through her and her species. And then what happened is she invited me in to assimilate in and align with her. Our head, her head is a little more, it's a lot smaller than an octopus's head, which is more like a big bag that hangs off, and it was just a little pointed at the top. But my head went in with her head, and it's pretty much, it's a head and a body. But the way the tentacles flow, it seems like it's a body. but the tentacles then engulfed the rest of my body and my limbs as I sat there or stood dangling. I don't know what the right term for that is. Floating in space, and she was floating, and yet we're still in this purple cloud nebula. And I got to see through her eyes, see what she sees. And as our hearts aligned, experiencing the same thing, experiencing the unity. And then when that experience ended, I was brought back sitting in my chair for a moment. And I checked in. Does that mean it's time for this experience to be over? And they said no. So I sat there, and then it was interesting. It just was, I was taken away again. But it was more black and white with little gold shimmering things. And it was interesting. Because then I got brought back to our solar system. And what I was doing is I was surfing in our solar system, and then I was taken to, yes, I was taken to Saturn, and I was surfing on the rings of Saturn. And what they were telling me about Saturn when I was surfing the rings is that Saturn is associated with Chronos of time, and Saturn in astrology has to do with constricting and limiting. But what they were telling me during is we don't have to see it as constricting and limiting. It's more like focusing our awareness, or converging on a topic or an issue. Because Saturn is associated with Chronos, Chronos is time. When we create time, when we're stressed, we're creating way more time. But when we're relaxed and we're in a meditative state, we're not creating. We're not creating time at that point. We're creating experience. We're creating the next now. But that now is not associated with time. For when we tie it with time, we are limiting. When we don't tie it with time, we are unlimited. And we can create in a multi-dimensional manner. And we can focus our awareness. And we can allow it to seem more narrow or concentrated or converged as we surf the rings of convergence. And what was interesting was when I was surfing, I was creating a little wave, and there were 3 fins on my surfboard, and they're kicking up little dust particles, aspects of the rings, as I make a little wake behind me as well. But as I'm balanced and weaving in and out and just enjoying the rings of Saturn for what they were. I was then lifted up in a way, and then again returning to the deep darkness, and the gold and black gold, black and white experience. It wasn't quite sepia, but there was this bird-like being that I saw from the side, from the profile, and they were sitting there kind of hunched over a little bit, lifting up their head a little bit and down. As a matter of fact, it was from the other side, from your vantage point, up and down and up and down. So I saw their left profile, and it seemed like they were looking over a desk, but I wasn't able to see too much of it. And I wasn't too sure what that was about. Then again, that's the ego trying to come in and try to make understanding of it at the time. And that lasted several moments. And I said, well, when you're ready, you will share with me what this is supposed to mean. And when you're ready, this will continue on to something else. And as I let go of what the experience, what I thought it should be, it was interesting. I was then taken back to Earth, me and my surfboard. But my surfboard wasn't there quite yet. I came down back to a forest. It was a different forest. But I came down and I landed. I flew in as an eagle. My wings spread out and eased up on the descent for the landing, and then brought in the wings and then started walking, and the wings just disappeared and I became myself again. And as I walked along this path, I was skipping along and whistling and trying to, or I was being this wandering fool, but not the ignorant, not the person that's stepping on everything and not caring about all the things that are around. It was enjoying the trees and enjoying the forest and skipping and enjoying the wildlife and the fauna and wondering, what am I going to see when I turn this next curve in the path? What is it that I'm going to see? And that's when my surfboard came back again. And I started surfing. And there's all these routes on this well-traveled path. And the ride got a little bumpy, but it got fun at that point. I go, I wonder what my balance is like. And so I started to do a handstand on this, and my balance was pretty good. And I started to play around on the surfboard as it skipped along the routes in this third path, and swerving back and forth a little bit, kicking up a little dirt. Just having fun and turning off the main path, going onto a less traveled path. And then after hitting one route, kind of flew up near the edge of the forest, and there was this one branch with an apple on it. As I was going past, I grabbed the apple, and as I sail out, up, 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 and then out past the atmosphere of Gaia, and I'm holding this apple going, I wonder what I'm supposed to do with this. Am I supposed to eat it? And I'm just sitting there holding it. I'm going, oh, got an apple. Wonder what's going on. And then all of a sudden, Spirit goes, eat the apple. So I take a bite out of the apple. And it's flavorful and juicy. And as soon as I bite the apple, a familiar friend shows up. And then after having a bite, I go, would you like some? And I toss it over to her. And she catches the apple. And then she takes a bite out of the apple. And then snickers. And then throws it back at me a little harder and in a playful mood. And then I catch it. And I just chuckle. And I go, okay, is that the way it is? No, and then I take a bite of it. And then I add the holy fire to it to make this apple a flaming apple. And then I toss it back to her, flick it. And then she catches it. And then she chuckles at it and grabs it. And then it turns into a golden apple, and no bites are taken out of this apple. Then she takes this golden apple, and it's not the color of the golden delicious apple. It's like shiny gold, the metal gold. And then she takes a bite of this golden apple, and then tosses it back lightly to me. And I catch it and I go, oh, oh, oh. And as we just sit there eating the golden apple, it was time to come back. And as I expressed gratitude for sharing an apple and sharing an experience, I was brought back to this chair. And as I started to feel this chair, again I asked, is it time? And they said, yes. So, and I gave gratitude for my experience and for our experience. And I opened my eyes and I took a sip of water. So I would love your opinions. If you want to type your experience in the chat, go right ahead. I'll read it. And if you want to offer your interpretation of my really interesting experience in my meditation, please go right ahead. Water is life, my friends. Stay hydrated. So some people have been adding some comments. Yeah, it's a quite detailed description. Yes, no, thank you, Wendy. No, wow, lots of comments. So thank you all for all of your comments. No, yes, I miss you all. I see people greeting each other. Oh, where are we going here? So Cosmic Christie says she saw, I got to bring this closer to me. I'm reading off a second screen here because I'm broadcasting off my phone. Because the imaging is a lot better. She saw a being come and greet her, and we were introduced, and then started dancing slowly side to side, dark and light energy. That's very interesting. Then came to the front of my consciousness and was delivering a message. Okay, and what was your message, Cosmic Christie? Let me see. Well, maybe it's just for you. And then, oh, into our souls, accepting everything. That's what Susie V8 said. Welcome, welcome. Cosmic Christie says, yeah, that's what I saw. Wow, that's what I saw too. Yeah, too funny. And Cosmic Christie says, DNA. And Susie says, Adam's rib. Oh, yeah, for the, the T-bone steak. It's kind of an integration and upgrades. Yes. The Nodus 2 human DNA template just activated. We are all shifting big time. Yeah. Yes. And Wendy from Languages of Light said, I totally left my B. I believe that's your body, your being. Body. Yeah, exactly. LOL. Thank you for sharing my highest bliss. I'm going to read a couple more comments here. Ooh, yeah, we're out of quarantine. Yes, aren't we? So una atakara shishika o kana awatakara sha. So Cosmic Crispy says, purple, merge of the galactic red and blue energies. I don't know who's kind of complete merge of all the energies. In the balance of royalty, purple rain. Yes. And I also felt transmutation and righteousness for Zadkiel and the violet flame, but Zadkiel wasn't necessarily there, and the violet flame wasn't necessarily there, but I still felt the presence of the two. If that makes any sense. Cosmic Christie says, wow, the Sirius Gateway is open today. Yes. And Cygnus, yes, yes, yes. Oh my God, Cygnus. And the royal lineage, the birth home, Al and Regulus, two of the archangels. Cygnus is the original light. Sirius is the blue and water blessed, the water based. And Cosmic Christie again says, that is what I saw, black and white. We introduced and then danced. And then she says, Saturn kicked my ass in the incarnation. Thank you, Saturn, for the lessons and the mastery. Yes, the lessons and the mastery. And our ability to rewrite. Yes, for we are only limited by our free will and our belief systems. And if we believe we can't rewrite our history and we can't rewrite the new nows with a new history, and so it is. But if you can believe, and so it is. And again, she says the apple, earth, and the fruit of the vine. Yes. And Amazing Grace says Adam. Yes. But I felt when I was eating, it was more of the fruit. It's the fruit of our creations, the fruit of our manifestations, the fruit in this now. It's not the fruit of tomorrow. It's the fruit of now. Because this now is so fruitful. Apparently they're still talking. Allow your divinity to come forth. To help you emanate your natural high vibration. To experience this now fully. Because you are exactly where you intend to be in this now. No matter what you consider as pain in your history that you brought to this now, you're exactly where you intended to be. It is all in divine right timing. So I thank you for joining me. Thank you for sharing my highest bliss. Stay blessed, my friends. No hukuna na huta karishikiki at kananegita. A great day. Yekanana areshikana wata karishika wata. Is why would you leave it up to anyone else? Again, thank you. Namaste, my friends.